demon baby, killer clowns, and a dead baby. These are the 10 scariest toys ever made. Number 10, Little Miss No Name. Have you ever seen a toy and go, what in all things good was the creator thinking? No? Well, you're about to do just that. Meet Little Miss No Name, the stuff that nightmares are made of. The toy was made by Hasbro for the silliest reason ever, to make people feel bad and buy it. Because if you're one of the biggest toy creators, your first problem is that people aren't sad enough. Well, no one was having it, so Hasbro quickly stopped making the toy. The toy itself's not very happy. It's got sad puppy eyes. But if you stare at it long enough, you'll start to feel the chills, like it's looking back at you. Like it's not terrifying enough, the toy raises a hand most creepily, like it's trying to show your kids something which will turn out to be a one big dark prank. Number 9, Pennywise Clown Doll. We mentioned several times in our videos that clowns aren't fun for many people. For this lot, there isn't anything more terrifying than a person behind bright and shiny makeup, funny colored hair, and goofy laughter. And if you think people who are afraid of clowns are just weird or overreacting, think again. For some people, the longer you watch a clown act or play, no matter how fun they look, it starts to get creepy. The goofy laughter soon turns dark, and your skin starts to crawl. Then imagine all of that is taken and made into a movie about a scary clown that haunts a town and eats children. But that's the story of Pennywise the Clown. And being a clown isn't even the worst part of this character, because he can also grow into a monster with sharp teeth and claws. Pennywise is as much a nightmare when he's just a clown. So why did toy makers decide to make a Pennywise clown doll for kids? We'll never know. Number 8, Annabelle. If you grew up watching horror movies, you'll be familiar with one of the big bad in The Conjuring, Annabelle. Now, these movies are based on events that happened in the past. There's also a real Annabelle doll that isn't the one shown in the movies. But let's take some time to look at the doll from the movies because it's the most terrifying thing you've ever seen. It doesn't matter how you look at the doll, even if you know nothing about movies, there's just something dark about them. It just sits there with wide piercing eyes and a dark wide grin that makes you uncomfortable. Seeing how scary the doll is in the movies, toy makers still went ahead to make a toy version for kids. And no, they didn't make it cute and cuddly or better looking. This toy is just as grim and scary. Excuse us while we go fetch a priest. If you think these were scary, things are about to get weirder. Keep watching to see what's next. Number 7, Jack in the Box. Do you know a lot of people are terrified of clowns, and for good reasons too? This toy answers the question, what if a clown could give you a heart attack? Fun, right? No. This toy makes you wonder if the creators have kids. Back in the day when Mattel first made it, some people might have found it fun or even cool. But after the first few days, it just starts looking creepy. The real kicker here is how the toy works. So all the abomination is put in a box. Then a tune plays, after which the top of the box pops and the clown shoots out of it. Imagine waking up at night only for this toy to go off. Number 6, Little Miss Muffet. Apart from clowns, another thing people are scared of is bugs. There's just something about bugs that makes your skin crawl. So imagine the horror for kids who got Little Miss Muffet as a present. This might just be the scariest one on our list. The toy was made by McFarlane's Monsters and shows a huge spider and a girl from a nursery rhyme. Now, if you're thinking Little Miss Muffet had a spider pet, well, no, at least not according to this toy. The nursery rhyme came about in the 1800s and was about a girl who saw a spider and ran away. There's nothing scary about it, just like the 3 blind mice. What we got, instead of a tiny girl running away from a spider, was a toy in which a spider had eaten Miss Muffet's head. No, it wasn't a small house spider. This one was bigger than the girl, with many long legs hanging everywhere. If you're terrified of bugs, don't even try to look at this toy, it's just bad news. Starting now, things get even scarier. Keep watching until the end. Number 5, Zombie Teddy Bear. Back in the day, there were a lot of zombies and vampire movies. But those movies weren't for all kids because of all the blood and violence. Kids got their own version of vampires in Sesame Street with Count Von Count. He was a friendly vampire with a sweet cape. Kids loved him. There were many movies about vampires and zombies, so it wasn't long before toy makers joined in. If there's one thing we know for sure, it's that teddy bears and zombies don't meet. Imagine changing a cute and cuddly teddy bear into a zombie with blood and half its skull in your face. It gets worse. The toys are plush, so everyone looking at it from behind will still think it's a cuddly teddy bear. The creators put a warning on the page that these zombie teddies shouldn't be given to kids. But that's just weird. Who else keeps a toy bear if not kids? And to think people bought this for children anyway. Number 4, Evil Dead Dolls. If you've ever wondered, what would dolls look like if Chucky made them? We've got the answer for you. The Evil Dead dolls are made after the Living Dead series. So all the living dolls are created to look like zombies or dead people. I'm sure when kids think of fun things to play with, zombies aren't exactly at the top of the list with regular dolls and toy cars. They were first made in 1998, and just when you think parents would dislike the toys, they go and buy them. What makes these toys even more terrifying is that they're still being made today. That means the current line of Evil Dead dolls is even more terrifying. Only buy this for your children if you don't love them. Just looking at it makes our skin crawl. Number 3, remote control tarantula. If you don't like the Little Miss Muffet toy, you won't like this one either. Someone must really be holding back the memo because toy makers are turning to bugs in toys. It's bad enough that this toy is made in the shape of a spider, and not just a tiny garden one, but a very big tarantula. You know, the ones with those huge legs that people call pets. So after the toy maker had the brilliant idea to make everyone's childhood a horror movie, they also thought, you know what would be nice? If the spider could move. And now we have a terrifying toy that can be controlled. There are so many pranks you could try with this, and they'd all be funny. But this toy will never not be scary. Number 2, Cyclops Brain Car. Does your child refuse to shut up about a toy car? Would you like to see them cry? Is your only goal in life to scare them forever? If yes, then we've got the toy for you, the Cyclops Brain Car. I wonder how the pitch meeting for this toy went because even adults can't stand it. We've watched enough movies to know that a Cyclops isn't cute and cuddly. It's a huge monster with a giant eye in the middle of its face. If you think, wow, that should not be in a kid's toy, you're right, it shouldn't. But someone did it anyway. Instead of paying for a tiny Jeep for your child to ride around the yard, why not buy a car that looks like the head of a dead Cyclops? The head's been cut open, and the brains have been made into a chair. We can't forget those huge rows of teeth just shooting out of its mouth, or at the back of the toy that shows the head being held together with stitches. Number 1, crazy for you teddy. When people see a teddy bear, they think of a cute and cuddly toy, one you always keep by your side and don't let go of. And this toy looks exactly like this. There's no funny zombie business going on here. But what if we tell you that this cute teddy bear is a little cuckoo? That's right, this cute little teddy bear is guilty of loving humans so much that it's gone mad. And so to keep it in check, it's wrapped in a straitjacket, which is a cloth used for dangerous criminals and the mentally insane. We have so many questions. But more importantly, who agreed to this? Who decided this was what children should play with? For all our sakes, we hope they are no longer in business. Enjoyed the video? Now watch this one.